energy trails and putting the pieces of the puzzle together is Boddice, spiritual medium, the bridge between multiple dimensions, bringing forward spirit communication into our reality. Join him on his adventures into the unknown. I'm aware of a man joining me at the side of me. This man is giving me the name of Cyril. He's wearing a flat cap. Something that most of us can do, anybody can do this, just touch a tree and talk and communicate. Seeing a lady wearing like a cream long dress, I would describe her to look like a Victorian lady. She's wearing a bonnet. She's wearing a parasol draped over her arm there. She's carrying a bag. I've just seen a horse and carriage moving across the land. Now, I know there's not one there physically, but I can see one. This is like another timeline I believe I'm experiencing. Feeling like a tingling in my left hand. I'm noticing that my breathing's changing, and I'm feeling my emotions coming up to the surface. With me saying this, when I say my emotions, I'm feeling a little bit tearful. Hello, my name is Boddice and I'm a spiritual medium, and welcome to Walking with Spirit. You join me here for this episode at Wollaton Park in Wollaton, Nottingham, Nottinghamshire in the United Kingdom. I'm very much looking forward to this episode because this land of this location is very vast and there's a lots of different vibrations, both elemental vibrations, also energies from the past coming from various timelines in this location. I'm also excited about getting some communication going with some of the spirits that are in this location, whether they're in visitation or whether they're grounded here in the vicinity of this area. So I'm looking forward to doing that. If I get the opportunity today, what I'd like to do is do a little bit of psychometry. As you can see, there's some beautiful buildings here in these surroundings, so I'd like to tap into the energy of that, and if possible, if I can go in and maybe see what I can pick up there. So sit back, relax, and enjoy this episode of Walking with Spirit. I'm going to walk towards the hall and see if we can have a look around the property or around the perimeter of the property. As you can see, the hall's right there as we're walking up close to it. Already as I'm walking close to it, I can feel the energies building up around my shoulders. I can feel my head tingling. I'm starting to feel lighter. My guides are rubbing their hands. They're getting very excited about the energy around this location. So I'm very much looking forward to seeing what we're picking up around this area there. As you can see, it's a beautiful park. There's lots to see, lots of ground to cover here in this episode. So we're going to do our utmost to capture as much as we can whilst we're doing this walk around with Spirit there. So already as I'm walking up close to this location, I'm aware of a man joining me at the side of me. This man is giving me the name of Cyril. He's wearing a flat cap. He's got a cigarette in his mouth. He's very much looking at me as if to say, what are you doing here? You don't belong here. What are you doing here? I feel as though this gentleman was a groundsman, just simply by the clothes he's wearing. And I feel as though I'm going back to like the 1950s period. It's just said, aye, that's right, 1957, you're not far on, okay. Can you give me why you're here then, please? Cyril, I'm coming, I'm following you around. I want to make sure that you don't nick off with anything. I'm hardly going to do that, am I? That's not in my nature. Now, joking aside, I've come to usher you around the place. I'll tell you where there's some spooks. It's all right you're telling me, but surely you're one yourself by coming. I am, but you know what I mean. I am. I'm having a joke with you. But no, I can tell you where there's a collective of us if you're wanting to connect. Okay, that'll be wonderful. So are you going to join me right through this this walk around today then, Cyril. If you let me, yes, if you let me. So, Cyril, do I detect that you're not grounded here, you're just coming visitation? Well, I used to work here many, many years ago, and it was my responsibility to look after the trees and make sure that it was pruned and the leaves were cleaned up. And you could call me a groundsman if you like. Okay, Cyril. Is there any information? Can we help you in any way? Not particularly, no. Just have a listen to me now and again and I'll point you in the right direction. Right, Cyril, well, this little bit of an incline is taking my breath away. Don't worry, lad, you'll be all right. Sorry, this is this gentleman talking. So I'm aware of feeling this intense pressure tingling on the top of my head. Now, we are walking near a tree. So let's just go over to this tree and see if this tree actually holds any connections, any energy. Wow. And already as I'm putting my hand on the tree, I can feel some strong energies. I can feel this grounding energy pushing through me, pushing my energy down into Mother Earth. And I feel that that's what's needed in this location. I'm feeling a little bit sick in my stomach. I'm also aware that my eyes are feeling a little bit strained there. And my voice is feeling a little bit restricted as I'm holding on to this tree. So I'm going to ask, and this is something that most of us can do, anybody can do this, just touch a tree and talk and communicate to the tree. I'm going to ask this tree to take away all negativity from in and around me in all direction of time. And as I've done that, straight away I'm noticing that that pressure has been removed from my throat. That sicky feeling's been removed from my stomach area there as well. So whether I pick something up walking by the side of the house there and it's tried to latch onto my vibration to stop me connecting, I'm just going to take my hand off the tree. As I've done that, I feel a lot lighter. As you can probably hear in my voice, I've got more energy about me now. Cyril, can we still have the communication with you? Of course you can. Right, can you tell us a little bit about yourself, please, Cyril? Well, I'll tell you why I'm here for a start. I'm here to connect with any spiritual energy, any energy within the land that wants to communicate and wants to tell their story. And that's why, and I'm documenting it. So that's why I'm here, Cyril. So can you tell me why you're here? As I've told you before, lad, I used to be a groundsman here many, many years ago. I retired in 1964. Did you? Okay. Why was that then? I'd had enough. I was put out to hay. Okay, right. That's one way of putting it. And so, why do you come back here then? You know, surely if you can be anywhere and you choose to come back here, there must be some significant draw to this place. I've put my heart and soul into this place. I mean, just look at the beautiful settings. Look at the grounds here. I was part of that. I was part of keeping that spick and span, and so it wasn't too overgrown. It's about keeping that balance between nature and nurture, and I felt very blessed to be part of that. So I come here because I have a sense of pride in the work that I did on these grounds, and I'm wanting to keep my eye on things, making sure that level of respect and also professionalism is maintained in this area. Oh, well, that's wonderful to hear. So you said you were going to tell us where there's some spooks, as you termed it, Cyril. I will carry on walking forward. You won't go far wrong. I felt this feminine energy walking to the right hand side of me as I'm being shown in my excuse me, I'm being compromised with my throat here. As I'm being shown in my mind's eye, I'm seeing a lady wearing like a cream long dress. I would describe her to look like a Victorian lady. She's wearing a bonnet. She's wearing a parasol draped over her arm there. She's carrying a bag, like a handbag, over her arm there. And it looks like a pearly white colour that she's carrying. She has like a gingery brown hair. I don't think she'll mind me saying that. And she's got like a cream coloured bonnet that just perches on the top of her head. Would you like to connect? It's all right. She just said, my name is Mary. My name is Mary. Can you give me a surname, please, Mary? My name is Glenn. I mean you no harm. Mary Ann, and that's as far as I can tell you. Why is that then? I've just been allowed to give you my first two names. Mary Ann. Okay, Mary Ann. Can you tell us why you're here, why you've come here? Well, I've been accosted to come and have a word with you. You can stop if you want and have a conversation with me. Okay, of course. I'd love to do that. Mary Ann, can you tell us why you come here? Like I say, I've been called to come and talk to you. I did used to frequent these grounds many, many years ago. 1753, I was here, and I used to enjoy coming here. I used to enjoy looking around the location. I had connections with a gentleman that lived not far from here. This gentleman lived in a place called Beeston, and we used to meet here in secret. Some may call this a liaison, a romantic liaison, and we used to come here. Okay. Is that why you can't give me all your name? Correct. So why, you told me that you've been told to come here today. Would you like to share, are you grounded here? Are you stuck here? I'm not particularly stuck, no, but I do come here because I do have fond memories of this location. It takes me back to a period of my life when I felt love, when I felt loved, when I felt happy. And so whenever I'm feeling I need that boost, even now, even though you're in spirit, you need the boost. We can go wherever we wish to, in all directions of time. And this is one of my favorite locations, simply because the emotions that we created in this environment, that feeling of love, that feeling of passion, that feeling of devotion, I really, really, really enjoyed it. Can you give me the name of that gentleman? I can give you his first name and his first name only. His first name was Robert. Now, Robert was beneath me in terms of aristocracy. He was a blacksmith. Okay. Did you know him personally? I had an acquaintance with him, and then we got to know one another. And you fill in the blanks, she's just said from there. Okay. Well, Mary, do we need to help you in any way? I feel very blessed and honored that you've taken this opportunity and time to come and speak to us. Can we help you in any way? Actually, as I've said that, I'm tasting like lemon sherbet or lemon cakes, and this is something that I don't eat. So this is very interesting. She just said, I need my energies lifting. I need my vibrations lifting. And I put the flavor of lemon into your palate there just to help you connect on a stronger vibration with me. Okay, well, Mary, how can we help you? I've just told you I need my energy lifting. Well, okay, Mary, what I'd like you to do is I'd like you to continue to focus on those feelings that you experienced in this location, that feeling of love, that feeling of passion. And I want you to embrace that gentleman. Imagine that gentleman, Robert, that he was describing to me. And I feel as though this is the gentleman you're wanting to connect with. She just said, I feel him, I'm holding his hand, I'm pressing him, I'm holding him. Right, Mary, okay, well, what I want you to do is continue to hold that embrace. Allow those emotions, those tears to come down your face. You have now been reconnected with Robert. Please take his hand and follow his lead. As I'm saying this, I'm getting chills all over my body. I'm feeling lighter. I'm feeling emotional, actually. Feeling tears rolling down my face. My guide has just said, Glenn, she's gone. Your work here has been fulfilled with this lady. She needed to be reconnected with her past love so she could feel complete again. She was content in her spirit body, but she was restless because she was looking for this gentleman. She had passed over, but she was trying to locate this gentleman called Robert. So as I'm walking to this tree, I can feel the energies intensifying. I can feel a tingling right throughout my body. I'm feeling my heart pounding a little bit quicker. It's opening up. I'm feeling a pressure in my lower spine as well. And so I'm just going to do a little bit of psychometry on this tree because I feel as though it is very much needed. Wow. As soon as I put my right arm on it, I'm aware that a heaviness is like magnetizing my hand and my arm towards this tree, making it feel a lot more heavier. I'm also aware lots of rushing and gushing energy coming from this tree. It feels very paranormal, very spiritual. And it's almost, if anybody's old enough to remember, there used to be a TV show going back to the 70s and 80s called Jamie and the Magic Torch. And he used to come in and out of various realms through a tree trunk. And this is what I feel that this tree represents. It's something of similar nature, where spirit beings or anybody that contains, shall we say, that is energy, a being, a form, can use this as a means of transportation to come in and out of time zones, timelines. And just as I've said that, I've looked over there in the distance. This is bizarre. And I've just seen a horse and carriage moving across the land. Now, I know there's not one there physically, but I can see one. This is like another timeline I believe I'm experiencing. And I can hear a gentleman shouting at the horses. There's two horses. They look like Shire horses because I can see the feathered area around their forelocks, around their feet there. And he's shouting at them to get going. And on this carriage, I can see that there's some barrels all stacked up. And there seems to be a degree of urgency, just looking from what I can see, of this carriage moving across. So based upon what I'm seeing, it looks as if somebody's up to no good and they're pilfering. They're doing away with something. Okay, the minute that I've just said that, that image has disappeared. And I saw a combination of things. I saw it with my physical eyes, but also with my third eye as well. I was going back and forth with the two. So I feel we was going back on a different timeline to this location where I was seeing that. Okay, I'm also feeling in this location, like I say, my lower spine is feeling a little bit of pressure there. So in a moment, what I'm going to do is step away from this tree and I'm going to ask the energies to be removed. Okay, so I'm going to do that now, just to get my physicality back on track. Okay, upon doing that, I'm already feeling that level of lightness around my physical body there. I'm feeling rather relaxed and comfortable now I've done that. So I'm moving away from that area. So I'm feeling chills right throughout my body. I'm feeling like a tingling in my left hand. I'm noticing that my breathing's changing and I'm feeling my emotions coming up to the surface. With me saying this, when I say my emotions, I'm feeling a little bit tearful. I'm hearing the names, or the word solace being told to me. I'm also experiencing a level of heaviness around my legs. So I feel as though this location is where we need to stand just for a moment, because I feel as though there's somebody trying to get our attention here from the spirit. Now, I feel as though that this is a feminine energy that's drawing in. This feminine energy would have been, she's given me the name of Sarah. She would have been a very strong character. However, I do feel as though she was around 9 years of age. I am aware that there is this girl, Sarah, can I call you Sarah? Of course you can, is holding my left hand. Now, I've had this on other investigations and I find it fascinating that they can do this. I'm just going to allow her to do that. She wants me to walk closer to the water, so I'm going to walk a little bit closer there. Already I can still feel Sarah is holding my hand. She means no threat, no harm whatsoever. It feels very loving. It almost feels like healing. Anybody that's experienced Reiki healing will understand what I'm talking about. Well, I'm feeling that around my hand there as well. So I'm just going to allow this lady, this young girl, Sarah, to tell her story in a minute. So, Sarah, how can we help you? She just said, can I follow you around, mister? Would that be okay? Of course it would. Can we help you in any way, Sarah? Is there any way that we need to help you? I'm just nosy, that's all, mister. I'm just nosy. Well, Sarah, can I ask what you're doing here? Why you come here? Are you connected to these lands? Can you give me a year First things first, I was very poorly. You would call this illness a whooping cough. And that's what made me very poorly and very sick. And so she's changing my breathing, and I feel as though that's her putting her condition on me. And so with this being the case, I feel as though that is what took her over. Sarah, I'm going to walk down here so we can get a level of tranquility and we can connect a little bit stronger. So Sarah, can you tell me also the year that you made your transition? Do you know? She's telling me very strongly 1987, so it's not that too far away, is it? You're saying Queen's Medical. Now, to my knowledge, that is a hospital in Nottingham. Okay. Is that where you made your transition there? She's saying, transition, that's where I died. Okay, sorry, Sarah. Thank you very much for holding my hand there. You've got some beautiful energy there. You need it. You give so much to other people, and you're not taking enough back for yourself. So I've been instructed to come and stand by your side and hold your hand and give some energy back to you. Can I help you in any way, Sarah? Can you tell me why you come here? I've just told you, haven't I? I've been instructed to come here and talk to you and give you some energy back for you. Well, thank you, Sarah. I appreciate it. Now, is there anything that you enjoy about this surroundings? Well, what isn't there to enjoy? Look at it. It's absolutely beautiful. It's calm. It's relaxing. Although there's lots of walkers, you can see some behind you over there. Look. Okay, you just made me look. And there is a collection of ramblers or walkers, whatever the description or terminology is. Okay, Sarah, where would you like us to go? She's still holding my hand, by the way, and I can feel this beautiful warm energy. It feels like my left hand, my palm is getting a lot warmer, and I'm feeling this energy rushing up. It feels like unconditional love. Like I say, anybody that's experienced Reiki before will know what I'm talking about, as I'm feeling this energy from this lady. I'm going to have to change position now, and as I've changed hands there, she's instantly gone over to my right hand. I've just got a connection with a gentleman called Sid. Sid, can I have your surname? Walker. How old are you, Sid? 67. Okay, Sid. Are you native to this area? Do I come from round here? Yes, I do. What, this location? No, I used to visit here. Well, where are you from? Ilkeston. But I used to like to come here. It were great for doing birding, it's just said. Would you mean like doing bird watching, looking at birds and things? That's what I mean. Okay. Well, was you placing all those sensations of me? Were you trying to channel through me? I was going to have a go, yeah, but I got told to back off. I was being too familiar with you. Well, obviously, it's not the right scenery and setting for me to allow that to occur in this environment, as it has to be done in controlled conditions. I know that, lad. Anyway, can you tell us why you come here? Why are you here today? I've just told you I always like coming here, because I got some peace and quiet, and I like to look at the nature. I mean, just look in that woodland there. I used to go in there quite regularly. Okay. So as you can tell, he's trying to have an influence on my voice. He's changing, when he's communicating, he's changing my voice slightly. I can but try, lad. I can but try. Bless him. So can we help you in any way today? Is there anything that we can do for you? Yeah, you can take this bloody pain off me. You mean the one that I was experiencing in where my appendix is? That's the one. Gut ache. I got gut ache. Why did you get that? Why have you got it? I was a bad lad, wasn't I? I was a bad lad. Why was you a bad lad? I used to do away with other people's property that didn't belong to me. Well, I feel very honoured to have come here today at Wollaton Hall in Wollaton, Nottingham. We've had some wonderful encounters here with spiritual vibrations, with energy in the land. We've had a lot of rescue work that we've had to do today. I found it fascinating that we had a grounds person that's been following us around during the course of today's adventures. It was nice to hear about some of his exploits that he did as well, because he was saying that he had connections to this land. And it also was nice the fact that it was ushering us around the location, just pointing us in the right direction so that we could have some communication with spirit there. So it was a lovely gentleman, meant no harm, had lots of joviality with him there as well. What I did find fascinating as well was some of the, like I say, rescue work that we had to do, reconnecting some of these souls with either loved ones or passions that they had and they needed that reassurance in building that vibration so that they could be at peace with themselves. Also, I really enjoyed in particular the portal that we found, and in a very bizarre location, which was in an old tree. And upon inspecting it further, I could feel the energy emanating from that tree. I was also feeling the intensity of all of those, shall we say, energies that were using that as a means of transportation, coming in and out of dimensions into this location. I found it fascinating that we had a little girl in spirit that came to join us. And what was beautiful about that experience was the fact that she was holding my hand, and she was saying that she was gifting me some energy, some healing energy back to myself, because she was saying that I give far too much and I needed some back. So what a little sweetheart to do that. And I asked if I could help her in any way, and she was told that no, she was fine. There was no issues there. She was instructed to come and help me. And both her, Sarah, along with the groundsman, Cyril, came along with me as we walked a little bit further around these locations. There's lots to uncover here. I feel as though we've only just scratched the surface with all of the interactions that we've had today. But it was fascinating to connect with that character there towards the end of this investigation, who was trying to channel through me, was placing his ailments on me. He was making my face feel rather uncomfortable, like he was overshadowing me. And that's probably, I haven't experienced that in a long time whilst I've been doing a spirit walk there. So that was very interesting, but nice to hear about his story there, and the fact that upon him telling his story, he actually released some of those old burdens, those old attachments to that portion of his life there. But what I did find particularly fascinating was the fact of that timeline that we connected with. The gentleman that was coming back here in visitation when he was 9 years old, and he was with his granddad, and he was telling us about that we can shift in various timelines wherever we choose to. Whether we're living, whether we're spirit, we can move in any direction we wish to do so. And that's what he was doing. And it was wonderful to hear of his description of that process, what he was experiencing. So to summarize, this location is absolutely incredible. There's lots more to see here, and it will take more than just one walk around to give it justice. So I hope you've enjoyed this episode. Thank you for watching, and I will see you all very, very soon.